Rolling. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
My name is Susan and I'm going to Arkansas State. Roll Tide. Okay. Should we look up?
Yeah.
What is up,
What's
squad?
up? What's up?
We are so excited.
You're up.
You are up. We are looking up at you. We are so excited.
What are we excited about?
We're filming a podcast.
This is a podcast.
This is a podcast.
This is the Creative Call podcast.
Yes.
I don't know which camera to look at because
I don't
we have
either.
2 angles. So we're legit and official.
We are so excited. Today, we are going to talk about something that many of us that have taken steps find ourselves in the middle of. So, Donta, you started a creative business about how many years ago?
2021, so it's 2025, 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Yep.
And you have had this vision to kind of gather creatives, right?
Yep.
Which you did for the first time last year.
We did it last year, Creative Call,
Creative
2024.
Call.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
We're both
planned
there.
in like 2 months.
Yep.
Maybe
Yep.
less.
No, I think it was a month that we started. I guess it was 2 months because we launched it a month before the event.
We did.
Yeah.
He had a vision and we ran. We ran in a way. I couldn't catch my breath. And then at the event, I was like,
there's one moment where you were like, I remember you telling me and Have, like, we need to sit down and actually talk through everything.
Yeah.
And like there was a point where I was coming with a bunch of information and just throwing it at y'all, and y'all were like, we're trying to catch up. We don't know what's in your head. Like we gotta actually sit down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I think it's cool. Dante's a visionary. He has idea galore. Like ideas on ideas constantly. But sometimes you're like, okay, how are we gonna actually execute that? So I guess now we're planning the second creative call.
Yes.
We're currently doing that. What would you say it's felt like actually? You've taken your first steps, right?
Yep.
But you're still figuring it out. What has that looked like for you?
Honestly, I'm like, so obviously right now, the room that we're in right now, we literally just went from planning this year's creative call, and a similar thing happened. I'll just admit that I did not learn from last year to where we could actually sit down and have a conversation. Barkot had to tell me again on the drive home, hey, we need to actually gather us 3 and sit down and talk through everything from the event. And so, but this time it's a little less stressful. We still got a little bit more time and all that. But I think in starting what we're doing, you feel the chair falling back.
Yeah, this chair is a little.
This is
light.
Barkot's set. Barkot came up with this set. If you're watching.
Okay, but I didn't come up with the quality of this chair. The quality. If you, it will break your back. It's pretty, but it'll break your back.
Basically, the idea of this podcast is that we can do it in any location, like in any space.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter, because I think a lot of times, like with creativity, you can either plan your work and then work your plan, or you can just start doing something and plan as you go. That's kind of my mantra, just because I understand the value of planning your work. But I think a lot of times we can get held up in the planning that we start we don't start seeing anything getting done. And so I think you're really good though at like saying, hey, you're doing a lot, but nobody's like running with you. And I think that's the thing that I am learning, the value of team and pulling people in to actually help carry things with you. So I don't know. I don't remember what your question was, but
yeah, I think I was just wanting to know how it feels to like be in the middle of like, because you don't have everything figured out.
Right.
That's the reality.
Yep.
And you're not an expert, but you're doing the things.
Yep.
And I think that's a place a lot of us creatives find ourselves in, where we're like, oh, I am so aware that I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing something. So it's not because I think we've all experienced you have an idea and you're just dwelling on the idea. So you haven't taken a step, but you've actually taken a step.
Right.
And so but you're not an expert. And so I kind of that tension of being in that
I'm
place.
not an expert.
Yeah. I personally can say he's not an expert. You're really good at what you do, you know, but you're not an expert.
Oh, it's so true. It's so true. So yeah, I think the reality is you learn as you go.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with not knowing stuff. Like, and because of that, I'm okay with risking. And I think when you're in the midst of, doing a project, or, like right now we're planning the creative call. Obviously, you want things to work out. Like, I don't think anybody starts something hoping to fail. But I've realized, like, I literally can't control the outcome.
Yeah.
When it comes to, like, creating from a space of I'm trying new things. I'm exploring how far can we go, how inspired can creatives get, how many people can come to an experience and they walk away and a year later we can measure what happened at that event. I'm like, I can't predict that.
Yeah.
But what I can do is I can move forward and I can create a space and have the ideas that I think maybe this will be the outcome, or maybe we'll hit somewhere in the ballpark. And I think that that's a lot of the way that I move is, man, can we hit somewhere in that range?
Yeah.
Like, I know we might not land exactly on target, but we're gonna land somewhere in the area if we do a few things and have intentionality. And I think when it comes to excellence isn't perfection. It is, I've done something with intention, great intention.
Yeah.
And so
good.
and I know we do that.
Yeah.
Like that we do. It might be all over the place sometimes, and we might have the meetings out of order of what needs to be talked about and taken care of next. But what I do know is that when we do sit down and plan out something, or when we do pull out the Google Docs and all of the things, it's being done with great intention, great care, and we're doing it at the best of our ability. And I'm like, for me, that's enough, because I'm not trying to control the outcome. I'm just making sure that I'm doing what's in front of me and I'm not being lazy about it. So
yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
I think that is a hard tension with many people, is the wanting to be perfect, and so that's where you can feel the pressure of, if I'm not perfect, will the outcome not look this way, or will I not get the numbers, or will I not get the views, or get the actual like where people are seeing what I'm putting out and actually appreciating that. And so I feel like, even
it's true,
how do you find yourself like not getting swirly about that place? Because were you always where you're like, I don't care about the outcome? Was that always you?
Yes and no. I think with optimism, because I'm a very optimistic person, I see the glass half full.
For sure.
And so I would almost use that to protect myself from, like, the reality of failure. So I think a lot of people do that. They say, oh, it's going to work out. But really, you're also terrified that it's going to fail as well. So I realized that doesn't help, because that doesn't allow other people to trust me.
Yeah.
It's hard for people to trust when you're just like, it's going to work out, and you're not actually facing facts.
Yeah.
So I had to shift that with just being okay with me.
Yeah.
Like, if this doesn't work out, it doesn't mean that I'm less creative, or, like, let's say this event, nobody comes to the second one, like, obviously I'm gonna be disappointed, like, be like, dang, I thought last year was amazing. I thought at least 2 of y'all would come back. But, like, for me, I'm like, did I try? Did I do my best? And for me, that's enough, because I'm a dad of 3 now. I got a wife and kids. I got a house. Like, my sprinklers just broke the other day. I got to go to Home Depot and figure that out. Like, I don't have a lot of time to be swirly.
Yeah.
Like, it drains your energy.
It does.
And I think it was about 2 years ago. There was a project that I did for a client. And I made a mistake somewhere. It was a pretty big mistake. I won't say what it is. I'm gonna tell you. I won't say who the person was, but it was for somebody that, like, I really respect. And I on the design that I made, I think I spelled a date wrong, or a city wrong, or something like that. There was something like that where it was just like I made a clear mistake. And thought I had checked everything and did not. And they printed on, like, a lot of shirts.
Eesh.
A lot of shirts. And I remember being told, and I mean, I went like I started to spiral. I was
Yeah.
like, they'll never work with me again. Like, how could I make such a dumb mistake? Like, and I was just like, dang it, there's no way that, you know, somebody else could have checked it, obviously, but like, they trusted me to send off designs that were locked in, and then they also lost money. And I understand, like, when you lose money like that, like, you're just trying to break even.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about like all of the people, and I'm just spiraling. And I tell a couple of friends, and they're like, well, is your identity wrapped in this? So I go to journey of like, okay, you know, can I still do this? Am I still cut out for this? And I just remember I was like, I can't be in that spiral of I make a mistake on a project and I start to question what God has spoken over me. You know, I think we dig up in doubt what we plan in faith.
Yeah.
You know, I think
Wow.
like we tend to measure ourselves by our mistakes and
Yeah.
not by the moments that we've won. And I just remember in that moment for me, I was like, I just don't want to measure myself based on how well I do or how not well I do. I'm going to measure myself by who am I?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, who am I?
Yes.
I am a creative
Wow.
who loves God, who has amazing ideas, scary ideas, and I'm not afraid to go after them. I'm a creative who cares about the outcome but isn't led by it.
Yeah.
Like, and I have to remind myself of those things that I fought for, so that when I make a mistake or when something doesn't go well, I don't start to question who I am.
Yeah.
And so for me, it takes so much energy to spiral. It takes a lot of energy. It steals inspiration.
It's true.
It steals that fervor to get the thing done.
Yeah.
And so for me, I realized like, oh, if it's not adding to my energy, then I probably should question if I should be thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that's so good.
Yeah.
I think even you talking about like, oh, actually is that taking away from who I am?
Yeah.
I think even my generation specifically, like I'm a part of Gen Z, and I find that we are led by feelings in a lot of moments.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, I don't feel like this thing, but usually we don't feel like what God has called us to,
100%.
you know, like, and I think that's where a lot of people have the opportunity to choose to press in or choose to pull out and pull back. And I think a lot of people don't experience the fullness of their potential because they don't find, like, when they find themselves in those moments, they're like,
yeah, it's so real. And I think it's that thing of like creativity, like you can be so inspired by people and you can and it forces you almost to try something you've never tried before, and you get so inspired and say, I'm going to do this. Well, the reality of inspiration is it might get you to the space, but it's not going to keep you there.
It's true.
There's been so many times where I feel so uninspired, but I have to show up in a creative way.
Yeah.
And what do you do with that?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the thing that connects inspiration to continuing to move towards the thing that you're building or the thing that you're going after is courage.
Yeah.
I think it takes courage to say, oh, I'm going to stay here. Like, if inspiration got me here, courage is going to keep me here.
Yeah.
And so, I think courage goes beyond what I feel. Courage goes beyond my current reality. Yeah. Courage says there is still a lot of possibilities if I keep going forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you find yourself even, because the reality is, like, even as we're planning this event, there's the mundane tasks, right? So, like, we have the moments of where you get to plan a promo video that you're excited for, and you're like, I get to cast vision. You get to think of installations that you're excited for, but then we have the mundane of chairs. We need to rent chairs, right? Like, we need to do the because right now our team is 3 of us. It's
so
3
real.
of us, and we're doing all the things. And so, do you find that, like, even within
I'd count Zay. Zay. There's 4 of us.
Okay, there's 4 of us.
Yeah,
there's
Zay's
4 of
filming.
us.
Zay, you heard that?
He gave us a thumbs up. Zay is a part of us. I love him. But would you say even in the midst, because I think there's the big moments of courage, but do you find yourself needing to show up in courage in all of the things that you're doing? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think in the mundane, I think it's less about courage and more about can I connect this to why I'm doing everything.
Yeah.
Like, because there's been late nights, where I'm working on a project and it feels like my eyes are sinking in the back of my head.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why am I doing, like, and I just, like, sometimes I'm just working and my brain just kind of goes off and I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And I have to stay connected to my why in this. And if my why is simply just to explore,
Yeah.
right? Like, it could be a project that doesn't have this big crescendo and it's just like, oh, I'm just learning myself. Like, that is a big why. I am becoming a student of myself. And so I want to give myself the best opportunity to learn me through keeping at what seems mundane or unimportant or isn't seen by the masses. Like, I love the phrase of putting in your 10,000 hours. That time of becoming an expert at something it's not measured by the big crescendo moments.
Yeah.
It's measured by nobody seeing you. Nobody's congratulating you for sending off that Google Doc, or nobody's, clapping you on when you're, ideating about something and it feels very mundane, or it feels like it's not the thing that's popping off or whatever. Like, but those are the moments that you build this internal conviction that you were born for something and you're fighting for it when you do the mundane.
Yeah.
And I don't think we realize that. Like, we're fighting for the thing that we're called to do when we're doing the thing that's unimportant.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. I love this because I think, like, when it comes to doing a project or being in the middle of something, so many people, they do get inspired and they get in the middle of it and then it fizzles out or they never finish because they lose that sense of I'm doing this because there's something more for me. Like, there's literally something more, and I have to do something in order to see something. I have to. Like, I can't just sit around and hope and fantasize about what life could look like and do nothing about it. Like, I have to discover, what am I made of? I have to discover, what am I not made of, so that I can tap into more of what I'm made of. But we never give ourselves the opportunity to become a student of ourselves without shame. Like, I can do this, and if I fail at it, that's okay. Like, I just discover where I'm weak at and where I can grow, But that takes, I got to take a risk. I got to feel that feeling of I'm out here and now I got to keep going. Yeah.
Which is crazy because I remember actually we filmed last year's promo video for it. And we asked people what was the scariest thing about stepping into their creativity, and
the biggest thing
was the fear
failure.
of failure.
Yeah, it's failure.
And I think that drives so many people. And so I think, like, I don't know, I feel like I want you to talk about that more because I think there's a lot of people that are actually deeply so scared to fail that it actually stops them. Because I'm like, it's crazy. You talk to people and everyone has dreams and big ones. Like, everybody. I've never met somebody that's like, I don't really want to do anything with my life, you know? And so, but you're only seeing a few actually stepping into it. And so I'm like, I think, I would just love you to touch on that more.
I think failure can be one of your greatest teachers. I think one of the biggest reasons that people avoid failure, I won't put myself in a position to fail, is because we're terrified that it would confirm that we're not enough. If I fail at this, then this must mean the very dreams, the very things I desire to become aren't real. And I think that's the thing that people have to face within themselves, is that no matter if I fail or not, I'm still enough. I can still do this. And I think that we never give ourselves the opportunity to discover what am I made of and what am I not? And I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with it. And so I think if you're somebody that, you know, where the fear of failure, um, let's put it like this. We all are afraid to fail
Oh, for
to some
sure.
extent.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, nobody wants to fail,
Yeah.
but not everybody listens to that thing.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference. Like, do it afraid.
Yeah.
Like, I'm afraid to fail. Like, I don't want the creative call to fail.
For sure.
This is
Yeah,
no part
yeah,
of me.
yeah.
Like, I'm a little scared about that.
Yeah, for
I'm-
sure.
Love it. Cool. All right. I'm a little scared. All right. I'm gonna keep going though.
Yeah.
And so, but that's because I know. Oh, if it does fail, well, I have something to learn, and it's not a stab at Donta.
Yeah. That's
And
good.
so I think if you know if you're struggling with that fear of failure, I think you should ask yourself, if I fail, what do I believe that failure means?
Yeah.
Like, do I believe that means that I'm not the person for the moment?
Yeah.
You know, do I believe, like, if the worst case scenario, if this did not work out, what does that define me as something that I really don't want to be defined as? Because that's the belief that I have to face
Yeah.
in order to say, oh, the possibility of failure is very real. I don't think that's like, I'm not going to tell y'all you ain't going to fail. Like,
It's
that
true.
I would be lying. Like, failure is very possible, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Give yourself the opportunity to learn you and to actually grow.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Which I think is that full circle moment of going back to, like, who has God actually called you to be, right?
Yeah.
Because I think that's the thing that you go back to when you failed.
It is.
Because it's funny because our experiences are what shape the way we see things,
It's true.
the way we perceive things.
Mhm.
And so I think the reality of
Mhm.
if you are one to be rooted in what God has said over you,
Yep.
then failure doesn't actually define you. A closed door isn't
Yes.
like
Yes.
even the verse that talks about any door God opens, no man can shut, and
Yes.
vice versa.
Yes.
And I think,
And that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
yeah,
That
for
doesn't
sure.
that doesn't mean you don't feel disappointed.
Yes, for sure.
It just means it doesn't define what you do next.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah.
That's really good. I think that's definitely something many people need to hear. And I think it's crazy because almost every successful person, we see people that have failed and we're like, I want to be them.
Yeah.
But then we fail and we're like,
All the
I'm
time.
never going to
Yeah,
be them.
yeah,
I will
exactly.
never be them.
Exactly.
And so I think
Yeah.
even being under you, being mentored by you in a creative space has been so good for me, because when you tell me stories of failures
Yeah.
and moments that you're like,
Yeah.
I lost everything on
Yeah,
that hard drive,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, so I'm okay.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'll be okay. And so I think that's
Yes.
so good. I think a lot of people need to hear that reality, that
100%.
it doesn't define you, but it actually teaches.
Yeah.
It-
And
it-
you realize on the other side of it, you didn't die.
yeah,
you
you
know.
say that all the time.
Yeah, because we can have these such a high stakes mentality of like, what if this happened, or what if this happened, or what if it, but like you're not gonna die.
Yeah.
You're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And but when you experience that, when you experience being stretched to your limits and being in over your head, and then it all subsides, you're like, oh, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can do this again.
Yeah,
You know, and do it even better because I know what this feels like.
for sure.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. I think let's end it with
I think,
you.
yeah. Tell me.
say it.
No.
Oh,
Great.
with you, I want you to give one piece of advice that for somebody that's in the middle of, they've taken their first steps. They might feel like they're a little in the trenches,
Yes.
but they're in the middle of forming something, creating something, actually
Yeah.
seeing the fullness of a dream maybe come
Yeah.
true.
So first, I would say come to the creative call,
Yes.
and second, I would say if you're in the trenches, welcome. I would say that there are a lot of other people that are also in the trenches. You're not alone. And you're not crazy for getting there. I would say keep going, and I know that that's simple, but if you don't quit, you do not lose. And so if you're in the middle of it, take breaks, like the practical of like, even if you're not working on it, it's gonna be okay. like, and let go of the need to control the outcome. I promise you, if you let go of the need to control the outcome, you will get a better outcome. That's it.
That's so good. Yeah. I love that you basically said, like, being in the trenches isn't an indicator that, like, it's actually it doesn't mean that you're failing. We're here.
Yeah.
We're
you're
all
in over
you
your
get
head.
there. Yeah.
There's too much to do.
Yeah.
Not enough time.
Yeah.
Welcome.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Well,
okay, I got a question. Last question for you.
Okay.
Barkot, what is your favorite color?
My favorite color. This is a good question. I am a lover of orange.